With the fandom as active as Bluey's, theories and speculations fly. The series loves sprinkling in little details to make the world more immersive and the secondary characters more relatable. One of these more moving and emotionally influential characters is Chilli's older sister Brandy. So far, she's only had one episode in 3 seasons because she chose to keep her distance from her nieces. Brandy loves Bluey and Bingo, but her struggles with infertility make it hard for her to see them. The theory that Brandy is Bingo's biological mother takes this one step further, and in today's video, we're discussing if that's possible and what the repercussions could be.
Hi, girls!
Hi.
The Healers are a big family with aunts, uncles, cousins, and grandparents. Unfortunately, many of their numbers come from Bandit's side of the family, as he has 2 living parents and 2 siblings with relationships or children. Chilli's side of the family is more humble, as her mother passed away before Bluey was born. Chilli's father, Granddad Mort, served in the military and now lives alone. It's mentioned in the episode Seesaw that Mort had to have an operation due to heartworms, a reference to how people in their old age may encounter heart problems. Chilli and her family have experienced plenty of heartache. These many trials and tribulations may have impacted the relationship between Chilli and Brandy. Brandy doesn't make any appearances in the series until season 3. Despite this, there are mentions of her in the episodes Obstacle Course, Promises, and Curry Quest. Due to the pictures of her in the Healer house, it's apparent that Chilli still cares for her sister despite their estranged relationship. However, the distance between the sisters runs deep. During the stage play, Bluey's Big Play, Bluey complains to Chilli about Bingo copying her, and Chilli claims it's good that little sisters copy and learn from their big sisters. She also tells Bluey that big sisters can make their siblings feel tall or small depending on their actions, meaning that Bluey can either uplift and encourage Bingo or belittle and upset her. During these conversations, Chilli tells Bingo about Brandy, and Bluey expresses surprise because she didn't know about her aunt on her mother's side.
Auntie Brandy. Auntie Brandy? I don't know Auntie Brandy.
There's plenty to learn from this interaction. Firstly, the lesson Chilli gives Bluey about how to treat her little sister likely came from experience, meaning that Brandy may have made Chilli feel small at some point, contributing to their falling out. Secondly, if Bluey doesn't know that Brandy existed before that moment, Chilli and Brandy have likely gone no contact and haven't spoken to one another in several years. It's not likely that the sisters would stop speaking over a minor argument or solely because Brandy realized she struggles with fertility. The episode Onesies explains that Brandy felt saddened by Bluey and Bingo because they reminded her of what she can't have. However, Chilli wouldn't have pushed her older sister away solely because of any feelings of sadness or jealousy she expressed. In reality, the sisters had an explosive argument, perhaps where Brandy made Chilli feel small, which led to them not speaking for several years. For this theory, it's possible that the sisters were still in contact when Bluey was a toddler, but didn't see one another often. We know very little about Brandy regarding her personal life, her work, or who her friends are. For this theory, it would mean that Brandy would have given birth to Bingo but wasn't ready to care for her. There are many reasons why this could happen, including Brandy not being emotionally, financially, or physically prepared to care for a child at the time of her pregnancy. If any of these were the case, Chilli was likely ready and willing to adopt Bingo as her second child. In the episode The Show, Bluey and Bingo put on a performance based on Chilli and Bandit's love story. During the segment where Bingo plays a pregnant Chilli, the balloon she's using pops, causing both her parents to tense while Bandit reaches out to hold Chilli's hand. The scene is brief, but it speaks volumes, and many fans feel it represents Chilli having a miscarriage or losing a baby. If Chilli also has experienced difficulties in previous pregnancies, then the potential to adopt Bingo may have felt like a dream come true. Later, Brandy's situation may have changed, making her prepared to have children. When she tried again to settle down and have a family, she may have realized that having Bingo was lucky and she may not be able to have children again. These revelations may have caused intense arguments between Brandy and Chilli, with Bingo as the cause. Coincidentally, the end of Bluey's Big Play shows Chilli calling Brandy, saying hello and explaining that it's her little sister calling. Chilli is the one who reaches out to reconnect with Brandy, willing to leave whatever their differences are in the past. Their phone call leads directly into Onesies, when Brandy visits the Healer house to visit her sister Bluey and Bingo. Before Brandy arrives, Chilli explains that her sister hasn't visited in 4 years, meaning the last time she saw the Healers, Bluey was 3 and Bingo was 1. Upon meeting her nieces, Brandy mentions that Bluey looks just like Bandit, prompting Chilli to comment on how similar Brandy and Bingo are. Her well-intentioned compliment causes tension because it reminds Brandy that she doesn't have children. However, for this theory, apprehension may occur because Bingo naturally looks like Brandy because she's her mother. comparing Bingo's appearance to her mother and aunt, she takes after Brandy more than Chilli. For example, Chilli's fur includes dark brown ears with a matching patch over one ear and numerous spots down her tail. Brandy has the same color pattern as Bingo, including the solid tan-colored markings over her eyes. Brandy is also fluffier than her sister, who has a smooth coat. At 5 years old, Bingo appears to have the same smooth coat as Chilli and Bandit, but in Daddy Drop-Off, a picture of her high school graduation shows that she becomes fluffier with age. Physical similarities aside, Brandy and Bingo also share emotional similarities. From the lone episode with Brandy, she seems to share an introverted nature with Bingo, as she's quiet, spoken, and wears her heart on her sleeve. It's possible that if given the chance, Bingo and Brandy would bond with one another. Their similarities could continue, as Brandy could love reading as Bingo does or making small discoveries. There are potential repercussions to Brandy visiting the healers if she is Bingo's mother. Some old wounds could reopen from her spending time with her biological daughter. She may feel sad for missing out on raising Bingo or upset because she can't have a second opportunity to experience motherhood firsthand. It's also possible that Bluey and Bingo will learn the truth, complicating their relationships with Brandy and Chilli. The children would have many questions about why the situation occurred, including why Brandy couldn't care for Bingo, why she chose to stay away for so long, and how they should view her now. Bingo is already sensitive and unafraid to express her emotions when necessary, so this development could cause her to retreat into herself, distancing from Chilli, Bandit, and Bingo.
I'm sure she's grown out of it.
I hope they fit. I wasn't sure how much they'd grown and...
Fortunately, every complicated situation has a silver lining. Bluey likes to represent all types of families and situations. It's not uncommon for family members to raise one another's children due to unforeseen or complex circumstances. It's also still possible for the mothers of these children to maintain a relationship with them depending on the family's preferences. Although Brandy had gone years without seeing or knowing Bingo, Chilli reaching out could be the first step in reconnecting the estranged mother and daughter. It's unlikely that the series would ever go down this path narratively. Brandy being Bingo's mother would add another layer of complexity to the series that could confuse younger audiences. The ideas behind this theory could still be a good idea for a future episode about a completely different family. While Brandy may not be Bingo's mom, someone else could be raised by their grandparent, aunt, or older sibling, providing the exact representation. With only one on-screen appearance so far, it's clear that Brandy's story will continue. In future seasons, she will likely bond with the rest of the healers, visit Granddad Mort, and reconnect with the nieces she spent so much time apart from. By spending time with Bingo, the two will discover they have more in common than they think. While the theory that Brandy is Bingo's mom may not hold up in the long run, it's still an intriguing spin on the original story. There's also the possibility that Brandy's future appearances may add credibility to the theory's secret relationship between herself and Bingo. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.